Back, and thanks for tuning back in. So we're going to be covering a very complex topic today. This is probably going to run about 10 or 15 minutes. But one of the things that we do here at Reddit Force to train our new members on some of the newest strategies is to host something that we call a Reddit Force Academy night. Now, way back when, this it used to be the Go Wipe Academy, and then at one point there was the La Lune Academy, and then we even had Hog Academies. Now, we've been at this for a while, and it's only been up until recently that we've started to get a few players into range of this newest strategy, which is not so much an overall strategy so much as it is a component of many other types of attacks, but it's the AQ walk. Um, Using an AQ plus 3 healers or as many as 5 to take out an entire wall of a base, to meet up with a kill squad, to go in and take out a CC and an AQ, a defending AQ, and then to start a hog, a surgical hog raid on the base. So what's going to happen is on Wednesday and Thursday night, we're going to be running the Reddit Force Academy AQ Healer Academy night, and having everybody just kind of put farming on pause for an evening and just run attacks with everybody else. Post those attacks in channel so that we can critique them, and especially the ones that fail. The ones that work are fantastic, but the ones that fail for a reason. And if we can learn what those, or if we can divine what those reasons are, that'll be for everyone's benefit. So what we've done is there's a post out on our public sub Reddit Force Clan. That covers all of the details for the Reddit Force Academy for this night. I cover what the base compositions are. This is not cast in stone. You can adjust these numbers as you see fit, but this is what I feel is a safe training composition that gives you a lot of, that's flexible enough to take out a lot of different types of bases. And then there's the actual execution of this strategy and the steps that you need to take in the order that you need to take them in, along with some of the planning considerations that you'll need to consider as you're looking at the base. You'll only have about 30 seconds to plan this attack out. So you have to make sure, the first thing you're going to need to do is figure out, is this a base that's susceptible to this attack? And in order to do that, at least for the AQ walk portion of this, the things that you're looking for are dropping the AQ in a manner where she encounters the point defenses one at a time, but never more than 3 at the same time, preferably out of range of the expos, preferably out of range of the air defenses so that the healers are safe. Apart from that, the rest of this is just a standard surgical hog raid. You'll use the AQ healer to take out an entire wall of trash buildings along with point defenses, and then if you're right, and if you're lucky, or if you're good anyway, you can take out up to 15 to 20% of the base before ever dropping a single troop. So enough of that. Go ahead, read the post, understand what the strategic objectives are, and then just take that information. And so what I've done is over the last couple of nights, I've cooked up this composition, and I went out hunting for max TH9 bases, so Lego walls along with max point defenses for TH9. Max defenses for TH9, and then just applied these tactics. I was more or less successful on most of them. I failed on 2 of them, and I'll show you the bases that I sort of failed on. But let's take a look at this one replay so that so again, since this is going to be regular matchmaking, it's going to be pretty rare that you're going to encounter a war base, unless you're up in Masters. So you're going to find these compact farming bases slash trophy bases. This is typically not a base that I would attack using this strategy, but the things that stand out about this base are that all of the point defenses are on the perimeter of the base. That gives your hogs access to every single one of those defenses, and gives you the opportunity to put them down almost simultaneously. Because in the core of the base, the only thing that's DPS related are the expos. So, as far as bases are concerned, this is more of an eggshell, because you have all of the perimeter defenses, including the heroes, on the exterior of the base. So at least in this case, the goal of this is going to be to get the AQ to walk one of these walls, and then to take out the AQ, the defending AQ, with a Golem BK along with your kill squad. Now ideally the AQ would walk down in this fashion here. We can get the AQ, take care of the CC, and then start the surgical portion of this raid. So One of the just one quick tip here. I like to drop the AQ in next to army camps, not exactly on the army camps, because the army camps take up so much space that you've got a pretty good chance of her moving in the direction that you want to go in. So it'll be drop her so that she targets the building next to the army camp. Use your wizards to take out the army camp along with any other trash buildings. So 2 wizards is usually enough to about 2 shot or even 1 shot in some cases. Some buildings, and then while they're going to work, she'll be able to go in and then start clearing both trash buildings along with point defenses. She's only got 1 point defense arrayed on her locked onto her right now, so she's fine. 3 healers more than enough to keep her up. The Tesla's up. That'll go down in just a second. But so once that goes down and I've confirmed that she's going in the direction that I want her to go in, I can start the AQ kill and then the CC kill. So that's 1 golem to draw fire from the AQ. BK is going to start fighting his way to get to her, but the wall breakers are going to get in there to take care of him. This was a trash CC, so I was able to drop a poison in and then take care of them. But once the CC's down, we can start the surgical portion of this raid. Now, for this, it's going to be what you want to do is you want to drop your giants in such a fashion so that they take where they draw fire from 2-point defenses. So this giant was going for that cannon and that Tesla. This giant was going for these 2 archer towers. But I'm going to wait until I take out all these point defenses to start dropping the other fire teams on the northwest side of the building, of the base rather. So the AQ's doing her thing. The healers are they're gonna get killed by that air defense, but it's not that big a deal. So notice what's happened here over on the southwest side. I simultaneously deployed 3 groups of hogs to take out 3-point defenses. This entire wall of defenses is gone now. So this is what I mean by DPS support, or supporting your kill squad. There's nothing to fire at the kill squad so that they can go in and happily kind of core through the base. And then watch what's going to happen up here. 1 giant to draw fire from this cannon and that archer tower. 1 giant for that cannon and that archer tower. And then 5 hogs there, and then my CC hogs here. This was, I think, 7 hogs. It was kind of overkill for this base, but again, this is just a demonstration of what you'll be seeing when you're going through in matchmaking. And then once that's done, I mean, really look at how many hogs are left over. I went in with about 22 hogs. There's probably 14, 15 left. So this is, obviously I've got higher heroes and everything else, but this is generally speaking the type of result that you're looking for. So that's what you're going to encounter a lot in matchmaking. Let's look at what this would look like in an actual war scenario. So I got freed up to bully raid a little bit lower, and I came across this base. Now this is a really important base to go over because this shows a very, very common design strategy with bases in the current metagame, and that's what I call a 5-point defensive base or defensive ring base. I call it a 5-point base simply because the air defenses are arrayed at 5 separate points. They're not, like in a cross with the AQ in the center. The AQ's offset from the air defenses, and what happens with this is that to counter a La Lune raid, they're giving the AQ away and then making it so that the backside is almost unattackable by any Lava Hound attacks, because all of these air defenses overlap each other, and it would just be very difficult to clean up the backside of this base with La Lune after you get the AQ. Now, interestingly enough, when you defend against one type of attack, that invariably makes you open or leaves you open to another type of attack, and that's against hogs. Now, in this particular case, this was a follow-up attack on this base, so we knew that the double giant bombs were here and here. That's in one compartment. And then on top of that, the AQ's trigger range is something like this. So the idea here was to get a golem kill squad into here to disable these giant bombs, and then to get access to the enemy queen. And then the AQ healer portion of this was really just to walk up this side of the wall and take out that air defense, all of these trash buildings, and then all of these point defenses. So, I mean, it's almost secondary to the rest of the attack. But I was able to take out an entire wall of defenses just with 4 troops, and that's really one of the ideal scenarios with an attack like this. Now, as far as dropping the AQ, again, the consideration here is find an army camp, and then drop your wizards to take out these trash buildings. And once that army camp goes down, the next closest building is going to be this dark spell factory. So that very good chance that the AQ will be able to walk up to the north after those wizards do their job, and then they'll go in and take out that mortar right after the AQ is done. Now, mind you, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the AQ has no more than 2-point defenses on her at any given point in time, that she's out of range of the air defenses, that the healers are out of range of the air defenses, and that she is out of range of the expos. Even that level 3 expo, that's enough to cancel out at least one of the healers, and if she's got an expo plus 2-point defenses, she's going to get cooked. So at this point, this is the kill squad. I've got the giants down, the cornering wizards to make sure that those trash buildings are down. I've got the AQ coming up to meet with them. And then as soon as those trash buildings are down, I'll then drop the jump. I don't drop it first because then otherwise you're just leaving your golem free to take up DPS from the entire base. And this is an important thing to note. Save those wall breakers, save those jumps until all of the trash buildings are down and your golems have proper DPS support coming in from your wizards. So that's why the delay in the jump there. But once that goes down, that rage is going to go down, and the wizards are going to go to work on that dragon and on those loons. Now I did go in with a P.E.K.K.A. for this, just for kind of kicks and giggles, and he definitely helped out. Once I noticed that these defenses were locked on to some of the troops on the corner, I decided to just start sprinkling some hogs. But this giant here is going to start soaking up damage from these point defenses. But a Tesla's going to pop right about there, and then that giant's going to tank both of those defenses while I start sprinkling in hogs to start taking those guys out. And this is, such an important step, because what you're doing here is you're relieving DPS pressure off of the kill squad. That's why I chose this corner to come in from and this corner to come in from. They'll meet in the middle and then start to head south. But you want to take that DPS pressure off the core team, and then send your hogs in in the right position, at the right insertion points, so that they move south along the base. And use those giants. 940 hit points. Hogs about 470 something hit points. One giant's as good as 2 hogs. As bringing 2 hogs, plus hogs just make terrible tanks, and you want to be as efficient as possible and make sure that your DPS is staying up. So once that's done, look how many hogs are left over. Went in with 22-ish hogs and a P.E.K.K.A. Everything's up. The healer's healing what's left of the base, and then that base goes down in about two or so minutes. So that's what it would look like in a live war scenario. Again, picking a wall. Find those army camps to help with the walk, so that you can plan which way she's going to go. Pick a point where your kill team will either get the AQ, disable a giant bomb, take out the CC, and however many defenses along the way that they can. Save that rage for the CC. If you go in without a rage, you're probably going to have a really rough time. And then when you start the giant hog phase, make sure that the defenses are locked on the giants before you deploy your hogs. And it's going to be about 5, sometimes 4, but mostly 5 hogs per defense. And don't drop all of your assets all at one time. Follow the attack. Find out, especially if you have a defense that's locked in on a tank, send in 1 hog to just sneak up on that defense and then take it out. So again, very complex topic, a lot to cover, and we need to get the discussion rolling in clan chat. So post your replays, post your successes, post your fails. Let's get some discussion going in channel and see what people come up with. So good luck on your attacks, and let us know if you have any questions. This is Mocha Boy, and I will see you on the next episode.